Hi guys! In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the best products for 2020 for women over 55. These products are not necessarily new, although some were released this year, but all these products are new to me. I'm Cindy. I do videos about makeup, skincare, and curly hair for women over 50. If this is your first time stopping by, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell to be notified when new videos are posted. Let's get into it right now. Now, the very first product I want to tell you about is probably my #1 product for the year. It's the Sydney Grace Enduring Love Palette. I purchased it probably at the beginning of the year, March framework. It is an enduring love. It is such a great palette. If you're not familiar with Sydney Grace, it's an indie brand. They do amazing eyeshadows. I haven't purchased any of their other makeup, but they do cream shadows, they do some lipsticks, they do a variety of things, but they're especially known for their eyeshadows. This is a beautiful palette. They do it in 2 colorways. They do it in light and deep. I bought it in light. It really goes according to your skin tone. And these colors are just beautiful. They're cool neutrals. I have used it all year long, and I probably use it at least 3 times a week. Their mattes are really creamy, and their shimmers are just so rich without being glittery. So my favorite colors are the ones down in this corner. So this one I use as a transition shade. This one I use on the outer corner. And I'll show those to you. I'm using these today. And they're just beautiful. And this one, which is called Devotion, I use on my lid. And they have some other colors too that are gorgeous. They have the silver color here, which I thought I would never use, and I'm ending up using it quite a bit. It's just such a subtle silver. It's not as silvery as I thought it would be. It's more like a goldy silver. The colors I was really intimidated by, but actually I'm using the blue today. It's a beautiful teal. The way I'm using it is I'm subtly using it right under my eye. That's a way to use color. When I'm not using the Sydney Grace palette, I'm using the Wayne Goss Imperial Topaz palette. And I did an entire video on this palette. This is another beautiful, more warm tone palette. The colors that I particularly love in this palette is this taupey shade. And for the outer corner of my eyes, I use either this rusty color or this brown color. And then for my lid color or my inner corner, I'm using this lighter color. This is a shimmer shade, but it's more of a satin, very subtle color. So if you're afraid of shimmers or glittery colors, this is not intimidating at all for the mature woman. And this is more of a celestial shade for a little bit of a pop. Now, the most intimidating color in this palette is the black. I gotta admit, I don't use the black very much. I have used the black to line my eyes and tight line inside my eyes. Going to a drugstore option, the mascara that I found this year is the Essence Lash Princess. This is $4.99. What a great mascara. Here's the shape of the wand. I like it. It's just a very simple conical shape, easy to apply. It gives you length, it gives you volume, and you can't beat the price. And I often have gotten this on sale at Ulta. This is not the waterproof version because I prefer the non-waterproof because it's so easy to remove. But for an easy day where you just want to throw on some mascara and not pay a lot of money for your mascara, this is an excellent, excellent choice. So this year I've searched far and wide for a foundation that can accommodate sensitive skin. I went to my dermatologist this year and I was complaining of a lot of sensitivity. I mean, burning and redness, and now it's even acne prone, which is incredibly unfair considering I'm about to turn 66, like tomorrow. I was told to avoid fragrance, propylene glycol, and butylene glycol. I must have looked at 100 different foundations, and I am not exaggerating. One foundation that checked all of the boxes was the Kjaer Weis Invisible Touch Liquid Foundation, and this color is Ethereal F136. I'm going to read you the description of this. It's a serum-like formula that builds from light to medium coverage. Use a little for fresh face luminous glow, add more for natural-looking medium coverage that soothes, evens, and perfects. And I find that description to be pretty accurate. I'm wearing that today, and you can see I have a luminous look to my skin, which is really better for mature skin. You don't want a matte coverage if you have dry skin, if you have mature skin, because it's going to make your face look more dry and less youthful. One thing I'm not in love with, I'm going to tell you up front, is that it is serum-like. That's not the problem. It has a dropper. It's kind of a pain to use, quite frankly. You could only get a tiny amount out. So what I do is put this tiny amount on my hand and do part of my face. I'll blend it in and then do another tiny drop and do the other part of my face. It's easier if you had a pump. However, would I repurchase this? Yes, I would. I bought it off of Beautylish, but they're out of stock on a lot of colors, but you can get it directly from the Kjaer Weis site. A really great alternative that I talked about in an earlier video this year is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Foundation. This has no fragrance, no propylene glycol, no butylene glycol. It checks all of the boxes as well. And the description of this is a hydrating foundation that delivers medium blendable coverage with a natural skin finish infused with coconut water and hyaluronic acid for a hydrated, luminous skin. This is less glowy than the Kjaer Weis, but it is a nice skin-like, slightly luminous finish. It's really lovely. It's $16. So if you want a less expensive drugstore price-ish option, the ColourPop is great. Now, you could go on their site. It comes in 42 colors. In Ulta, it comes in 26 shades. It's medium coverage, and one pump will cover your entire face. So this is a very nice option if you don't want to spend $48 for your foundation. Concealer that I found that I love this year is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer, and the color that I have is Ivory. It's formulated with hydrating serum and glycerin. It minimizes the appearance of imperfections, dark circles, and skin, creating a radiant complexion. So it gives you a radiant finish, which is, again, nice for mature skin. One thing I have found that I love about this concealer is that I can use it on my face as well as under my eyes. Once again, I'm using it today. I don't have particularly dark circles, although I do have darkness right around my corner. But I use it to touch up my face, and I haven't had a concealer yet that I have been able to use it to cover spots, either dark spots or now acne. How fun. This is medium coverage. If you need a high degree of coverage, this may not do it for you, but if you're looking for medium coverage, this is a great choice at a drugstore price. If you are fairer than me, this may not be light enough for you, so I'm hoping that they come up with some other shades. Now for blush. My favorite blush for 2020 is the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. Notice that the top is powder and the bottom, flip the lid, is cream. And you wear both of them together. In this case, you start with the powder, you brush a little bit on, and on top of that, you pop the cream. I've been wearing this almost every day, and I really love it. It is really long-lasting. It stays put under a mask. This color is a plummy mauve, but it looks quite natural, as you can see. This one is Oh She's So Different, but they have some beautiful coral colors. They have more of a pink color. Another great product this year is the Milani Cheek Kiss Blush, and this color is Nude Kiss. Right now you can only buy it on the Milani site. Cream blushes, I did a whole video on that, which will be up in the cards. This is a beautiful cream blush. I love it. It's extremely creamy. Now, you would think that all cream blushes are creamy, but some are more creamy than others. This one is incredibly creamy, very flattering, goes on very easily and stays put once it's on. Another product that I bought this year that I'm really glad I purchased was the Hoola Bronzer in the Light. I bought this during the 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta, and it accomplishes exactly what I wanted to accomplish here. It just warms up my face, gives me a little bit of that sun-kissed look. I'm not looking for contour, I'm just looking for a little bit of warmth. The color looks very light, but it's great on light and fair skin. I'm going to live swatch this for you. I don't even know if you're going to see it. I think you can barely see it, but my hands are darker than my face. I had heard a lot about the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. And I kind of hesitated because it was expensive, but during one of the Sephora sales, I picked it up in the color Fair. I do not regret it. It is really a lovely, both setting powder and finishing powder. And what is the difference between the two? A setting powder sets your makeup. After I put on foundation and concealer, I might use it to set my face. And finishing is when you're done with everything. You're done with your blush, you're done with your bronzer, you're done with the whole ball of wax, then you set it. This powder can be used for both. It is light as air. It gives you this beautiful airbrush finish, gauzy look to your face. And who doesn't want that at our age, right? Is it worth the money? Well, I have been enjoying it. I've been using it almost on a daily basis, and I'm creating quite a dent in it. I'm going to swatch it for you. It's pretty transparent. It comes in 4 colors: fair, medium, tan, and deep. This is the Fair, and you can barely see it. It is very finely milled. Another option that people often compare the Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder to is the No. 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Finishing Powder. This is also very translucent on the skin. It's also very lightweight. Here are the two side by side. You can see the No. 7 is a little bit darker, but on the skin they look very comparable. So if you want more of a drugstore option, it's a very nice powder that you can use for the same purpose. This is a very luxe package. If you don't like drugstore products, because you think they're very cheaply made or they're going to fall apart. This does not fall into that category. The only reason I use this more is because I have an expensive product and I want to use it. I want to hit pan on it. So yeah, there's that. I don't know how you feel about it, but I love a long wearing lipstick, mostly because I don't like to keep reapplying lipstick. And without any lip color, I have no color on my lips at all. That's one thing I found about getting older. One product that I found this year, also at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, was the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the color Pasadena. As time went on, I found that I just kept reaching for this lipstick. The color is just perfection. I'm wearing it today. I'm going to swatch it for you. Although it doesn't last all day, it lasts for a really long time. When they had Black Friday, I looked for another color. And I found the color Charmed, which is very close to it. I'm going to swatch that for you too. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit warmer, but very close. And these two colors I love. After a few hours, it can get a little drying and you may want to apply a gloss over it. It does not feel dry when you first apply it, and the color stays for an extremely long time. The one thing I'll warn you about is when you look online, the colors look very dark and very muddy. So you may want to look at swatch videos that give you a good representation of what these colors actually look like. Also, like a lot of these brands, Ofra often has good sales on their website. So you may want to sign up with them, get their emails, and find out when their sales are coming down the pike. Because I got the second color on sale for 40% off during their Black Friday sales. And I know that they run other sales during the year. One lip gloss that I found this year that I absolutely love is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Infused Gloss in Slow Jam. I also bought it in Force of Nature, but the Slow Jam is my favorite color. I'm not a real lip gloss person, but this lip gloss I really love. It seems like during the day my lips are not dry, but I hit about 6 o'clock in the evening and my lips get real dry. I don't know. That's a weird phenomenon. But this is such a nice lip gloss because it's not very sticky and it just feels very comfortable on my lips. I'm going to put a little bit on right now. This is such a great color too. It has just a bit of pink. Maybe a reddish pink or a brownish reddish pink. And it gives me just a little bit of color. I'm going to swatch it on my hand. The other one, which is in Force of Nature, is a much more natural pinky gloss. It's almost invisible. So it's a nice topper. I have tried a bunch of other lip glosses this year and I ended up returning them all. This is not sticky. They're extremely comfortable. Bobbi Brown often has sales on their site. Most often they're 30% off. Once again, if you get on their email list, they will send you notifications when they have sales. You may want to go into Sephora when you feel safe and take a look at the colors and wait till those sales happen online. Another amazing choice that I have found this year is the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon, and the color that I love is Stay Exceptional. I'm going to swatch it for you. It's right here. This is the perfect Zoom meeting lipstick. I'm telling you, right before a Zoom meeting, and you know we have a lot lately, this is the lipstick I always grab for because it always looks amazingly natural, but gives my lips the amount of color that I'm looking for without screaming, I'm wearing a lot of makeup in the Zoom meeting. Look at me. I talked about this in a previous video. It's a creamy matte lipstick. It doesn't have the wear that the Ofra lipsticks have, but it has enough wear to sort of and certainly get you through a Zoom meeting and probably an hour or two later. It is a drugstore product and it's a drugstore price. It smells like cake. It might make you hungry during the meeting, but is a wonderful product, and I just won't be without it. They come in a whole array of colors, but this is the perfect color for me and just gives me a little bit of rosiness to my lips that makes me look alive. Now it's your turn. I'd love to hear what your favorite products have been this year. What have I missed? I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Bye-bye. We'll see you in the next video.